Yeah, man, I'm back with part two of this. Like I said, it's gonna take me about probably 5 parts at least to get through this all these papers. Anyway, I'm on page 9, so we slowly moving and grooving. All right, check it. So I stopped at the chakras, the crown chakra, and so there is no coincidence that the spine has 33 vertebrae and constitutes to the snake's physical form in itself. It's also no accident either that there are also 33 spinal nerves. 33 in numerology represents spiritual enlightenment, the master teacher, and accepts that all things are possible. This is the gateway to exiting the illusion of the matrix. The 7 seals for the first 7 chakras are represented through the 7 planets minus Pluto in our solar system. These planets were created within our solar system to influence the grand experiment on Earth. The purpose of the astrological alignments from these planets was to tweak our consciousness so that we could become masters of energy and hold higher states of consciousness for the universe. Only when we master each of these planetary consciousness would we then finish our Earth School education and gain enlightenment on graduation of the game and ascend from the 3rd dimension. The snake represents the 3rd eye. Through its own 3rd eye, which is present on the top of the reptile's head, called the perichal. I don't know how to pronounce that really, but the 3rd eye on the head of a snake is called the perichal eye. Perichal eye. The snake is clever, as the serpent shows the way of hidden things, according to Carl Jung. A man called Carl Jung. You can look him up too and see all the information and stuff that he's probably brought up before, in the past, before he was gone or whatever. So the 3rd eye chakra is also linked to the seal of Saturn. When we look at the Saturn symbol itself, it represents the snake on the cross of Christ's consciousness, just like the rod of US calipers, which represents healing. Saturn energy is constructive to discipline and structure, and essentially holds the fatherly figure role in our planetary solar system. Saturn also rules karma, so the snake represents our climb back to the higher dimensions through working out our karma and by healing our inner wounds. Through discipline and hard work to expand our consciousness, will we be able to access the pathway to extinction from its matrix system and open up our 3rd eye to the illusion of the holographic firewall. This is why Saturn's continuous ice storm represents the all-seeing eye. It is the base structure of the matrix, which governs and watches over all of us. The all-seeing eye is simply a metaphor for the sixth chakra in breaking the chains of illusion. The sixth chakra of Saturn is also represented by the planet's hexagonal shape formation visible on its north pole. This six-sided shape is also created through a six-pointed star when its vibration are measured in schematics. The matrix frequencies being emitted from its rings, the six-pointed star creates the macabre, representing the balance energies of both positive and negative polarities that, when in balance, forms a relationship with the source, again through the connection through our sixth chakra opening. We can enter the heart because we can see from the eyes of God. The 6 points of the macabre are also formulated within our cellular structure. Each cross section of our DNA holds the seed of life made up of 6 identical circles. The secret geometry holds a blueprint in our creation through the realm of the Elohim. Architects in the 6th dimension. What's fascinating about this cross section of DNA is that it holds the golden ratio, which no end point emphasizes the immortality of our existence and the boundless possibilities that extend beyond our physical matter. The serpent climbing up the tree of life in the Garden of Eden creates a spiral which directly correlates to the golden ratio also. What is even more intriguing, the snake and the tree are the same thing. They are not separated and stand for the same ideology. The movement of the snake and that of a coil follows the same pattern as the golden ratio, made up in the concentric rings within the base of the tree. The tree of life also means knowledge, and Guru Rashi Sita, and I probably ain't saying that right, but Guru Rashi asserted that the Kundalini held within Guru Rashista, I think. Guru Rashista asserted that the Kundalini held within the snake also signifies the understanding of complete knowledge to Vedic and Titanic texts. Explain how the chakras make up the color and any energy to connect us to the source of all knowing. The golden ratio found within the snake climbing the tree or the pole of balance can also be interpreted as a journey of getting closer to God once again. The outer spiral can be identified as a distancing from source, and the inner geometry magnifying our connection to the divine. In cultures like ancient Egypt, the snake represents enlightenment and encourages balanced energy. It is depicted as the Urius, and I probably ain't saying that right, Urius, I think it's Urius. The Urius, which means the roaring cobra. It stands for transformation, like how we would view how a caterpillar metamorphoses into a butterfly. In Eastern symbolism, the creature sheds its own skin and is continuously reborn through its various earthly adaptations, personifying deep and profound personal change within a being. The snake is very connected to the ground, as its belly is almost always attached to the surface of the earth. When the cobra and vulture becomes merged together to become Nebartoi in ancient Egypt symbology, it represented the journey to extinction from the ground upwards to the higher dimensions. This had made its way through to modern history and can be seen today through the caduceus emblem, which has been allocated to various medical organizations worldwide. This is an ancient symbol teaching us about health and well-being through the art of harmonic balance. The two snakes in the caduceus that wrap around the pole before meeting the winged symbol at the top is a blueprint of our spiritual journey in aligning our chakras and the staff of Osiris. Just like in the Inca, this depiction shows the perfect union between the balancing of the divine, masculine, and feminine energies through the two snakes. The pineal gland is illuminated through the pine cone at the top of his staff, showing that when both energy polarities are in tune with one another, it activates the third eye in a spiral awakening. We also see this same teaching amplified in the Anunnaki stone depictions, where they make arm gestures that represent the form of a snake, holding a pine cone to represent the head of the reptile, the head being the place where the pineal gland is located. Alright, so I'm about at 15 minutes again this time, so I'm gonna cut this one and then I'll be back with the third part 3 of this deprogramming from the Matrix. Alright, man, y'all stay tuned, man.